At 50, Eva Longoria remains a force of nature. Actress, producer, philanthropist, and now, a voice of seasoned wisdom on one of life's most transformative journeys, motherhood. The star, best known for her fiery portrayal of Gabrielle Solis on Desperate Housewives, has never shied away from authenticity, whether navigating Hollywood's labyrinth or advocating for Latinx representation. But in a recent, soul-bearing interview, she turns the lens inward, offering an unvarnished portrait of welcoming her son Santiago into the world at 43. Far from the glossy vignettes of celebrity parenting, Longoria's confessions reveal a woman who views this chapter not as a late arrival but as exquisitely timed serendipity, a period marked by deepened patience, hard-earned wisdom, and a fierce reordering of priorities that has enriched every facet of her existence. Santiago's birth in 2018, the fruit of her union with media mogul José Bastón, arrived after years of building an empire that spanned screens big and small. Longoria, then at the peak of a career that included producing hits like Devious Maids and starring in blockbusters such as The War of the Worlds, had long prioritized ambition. "It was all about me for so long," she admits, her tone laced with reflective gratitude rather than regret. Those 4 decades were a whirlwind: auditions in dingy waiting rooms, red-eye flights between sets, award ceremonies where she'd accept accolades with a smile masking exhaustion. Travel beckoned endlessly, summers in Europe scouting locations, winters in Asia forging international partnerships, fueling a resume brimming with achievements. Yet, as she approached her 40s, a quiet shift stirred. The drive that once propelled her forward began to whisper of balance, of legacies beyond box office tallies. Motherhood, when it came, wasn't a pivot but a pinnacle, arriving when she'd done everything I needed to do for my career. Now, every project feels like icing on the cake, savored alongside the sticky-fingered chaos of raising a spirited boy. This perspective infuses her daily rhythm with intentionality. "My family is my priority," she declares, a mantra that filters every yes. Commitments must align with joy, not just professional thrill, but the delight of collaborators who understand the pull of bedtime stories and school runs. In her 40s, Longoria discovered a reservoir of patience she credits to maturity's gifts. Early motherhood, she muses, might have clashed with her high-octane youth, the demands of a newborn amplifying the stresses of a budding career. Instead, at 43, she met Santiago's cries with a steadiness born from life's rehearsals, the resilience forged in typecasting battles, the empathy honed through charitable work with organizations like the Eva Longoria Foundation, which empowers underserved communities. "I have so much more wisdom," she explains, recounting mornings where tantrums test her limits, only for a deep breath to reveal teachable moments. One anecdote stands out: a rainy afternoon meltdown over mismatched socks, diffused not with frustration but a silly dance-off, turning potential discord into giggles. These instances, mundane yet monumental, illustrate how age has equipped her with tools to parent not perfectly but profoundly. Longoria's honesty extends to the physical and emotional realities of later-life motherhood. She speaks candidly of the body's shifts, energy dips navigated with yoga flows and nutrient-packed smoothies, the awe of watching her form adapt to nurture new life. Sleepless nights, once endured for script revisions, now pulse with purpose, each feeding a meditation on legacy. José, her partner in this dance, shares the load with equanimity, their bilingual household a tapestry of Mexican heritage and global influences. Santiago, fluent in Spanglish and curious as a sparrow, absorbs it all, prompting Longoria to weave cultural threads into playtime. Folktales from her Texas roots alongside Bastón's tales of entrepreneurial grit. "He gets to see me as more than the actress," she shares, eyes softening at the thought of him on set, tiny hard hat in hand, directing imaginary crews. This integration blurs work and home, allowing her to model ambition without sacrifice, a lesson she hopes imprints on his young heart. Her latest role in the holiday film Christmas Karma mirrors this evolution, portraying a character whose festive facade cracks to reveal relational depths. Filming while Santiago napped nearby, Longoria infused scenes with maternal nuance, drawing from real-life epiphanies. "Becoming a mother in your 40s was perfect timing," she affirms, blessed by the freedom to travel light, literally and figuratively, before roots took hold. Those pre-parenthood years gifted adventures, backpacking through South American markets, where she'd haggle for artisanal crafts now adorning their home, diving in Bali's coral reefs, metaphors for life's buoyant unknowns. Now, trips involve pint-sized passports, but the joy multiplies, Santiago's wonder at the Eiffel Tower eclipsing her own nostalgic thrills. This later blessing, she insists, amplifies gratitude, turning routines into rituals. Park picnics where she teaches him to spot constellations, echoing her stargazing youth. Yet, Longoria doesn't romanticize, she acknowledges the tensions. The guilt of missed recitals for press junkets, the juggle of Zoom calls with diaper changes, challenges universal, yet intensified by public eyes. Her wisdom lies in reframing, viewing motherhood as a mirror reflecting back her strengths and shadows. Through it, she's grown more selective, channeling energy into passion projects like documentaries on immigrant stories, where Santiago's future questions fuel her fire. Everything I do now is with him in mind, she says, a shift that has paradoxically supercharged her output. Peers in their 30s, she notes, often envy this clarity, the absence of what-ifs about unlived dreams. In sharing these truths, Longoria joins a chorus of women redefining later motherhood, challenging timelines that once dictated fertility's finite window. Her story inspires, not as a prescription but a permission slip, to build boldly, love deeply, and parent with the perspective only time can bestow. As Santiago races toward school age, Longoria stands ready, wiser, more patient, her 40s not an endpoint but an exquisite beginning, a testament that the best chapters often arrive just when the plot thickens.